welcome. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. That leaves just one more RTS Sunday. I will be posting up a Twitter poll here shortly for you guys to choose what we'll be playing next Sunday. But right now we are switching gears over to Final Fantasy XIV so we can get some more of that story played through. So that way then I can do the event that's going on right now that I can't do. And poll is up. Oh, I didn't do it right. Didn't set the time up on it right. Okay, where were we? Can't take it with you. Excuse me, do you have a moment? It concerns this broken horlog which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There is something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Camp Drybones in my stead to obtain a full-point chisel and a pair of needle-nose pincers. We can do that. They are often used by goldsmiths. Perhaps they would be the best people to ask. Of course, I do not expect you to foot the bill. Here, take this coin purse. That should cover it. Hopefully. I, I haven't been there. I'm a poor priest. I know nothing of this money that you speak. Let's see, and then the traveling goldsmith. A bullpen chisel, you say, and a pair of needle-nose pincers? Those things don't come cheap, you know. Those balls, I mean, yes, that should be sufficient payment. Nice doing business with you. Probably got the better part of that deal. It's like I need to get level 50 and then complete the main quest, the ultimate weapon, in order to do the event. So it's going to take me a little bit to get to that. Have you brought the tools I requested? These it? Will these work for you? Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how? How did I do it? How did I know how to fix it? I'm just a priest. These hands, my hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motion countless times before. Pardon me, illusion. This was a mistake. Please give the horloge to Sister Eluned. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best it be returned to him. Good evening to you, madam. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time? Maybe they are more common in Garlemald. I'm given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Mark said that it belonged to the deceased. Oh dear, you don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marks manage to repair this device? I knew he had talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. Staring at you with great sadness in her eyes. I recognize you now. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you to find closure. I didn't even know these people. I mean, I've talked to like 4 of them. You don't look like one of them church fellows. Not that I'll turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. 'Twas the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. God's damned Imperials. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, and I sure as hell don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here before? Or do you just have one of them faces? Ah, never mind. Anyway, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave the remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of the folks are starting to turn. Oh, there's 4 there. I was like, wait a minute, I'm only seeing 3. Carry the corpses to the carriage. What happened to the big fella? Oh, I forget. Just bring the next batch and toss them in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if they're rough. Or if we're rough. We turned them into flowers already for you. Here you go. But Must be really strong. We just carried 4 dead bodies all at once. I know I set up. Come on, let's finish this before I die of old age. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't take too long to deliver all the courses of the Lich Yard, even so you might want to hurry back and tell them that their work here is done. Teleport to Camp Drybone. Up here we go. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so you've found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we have begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that for many, death came quickly. Rest assured that we will treat them with the utmost respect and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. Which is because one of the Scions who perished at the Waking Sands. Although we can perform the rites for most of the Scions, there is one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions. Well, that's nice of them. Oh yeah, and I should change my description. Update. This one is surprised to see walking one in Little Solace. How can these ones assist walking one? I bring you the corpse of your friend? Roxy, but this one does not understand. Kumuxio, this one has heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Neuroxia, how did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So not only Noraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Noraxia went to Thanlan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Noraxia at the end. Tell this one that Noraxia was brave. Tell this one that Noraxia did not suffer. Sadly, she suffered, but this one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Noraxia home, Walking One. These ones will also wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember this kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial Ones must pay. Imperial Ones must suffer. When the time comes for Walking Ones to face Imperial Ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Noraxia's death be for naught. These ones will fight. You're probably better off to just stay here in your trees and not get involved in that. I mean, that's probably the better solution, I would think. We thank you for your service to the church and to the sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence, we interred the remaining scions in the Lich Yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please take a rest and set aside your burdens for now. Take that. Please, he is being watched. I'm not imagining it. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It's as if I am under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when I last ventured outside. Yes, I know, I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. Oh well, he actually touched me. Then again, for my level, my gear is actually extremely weak. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? To thank the gods. I knew it, he was watching me, but why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think, please. Allow me a moment alone. Wait. Father Iliud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It is important. I think the others may come for me again. Heavens forfend that such a thing would happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb or possessions? I mean, he was dressed as an Imperial soldier. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marks was. Make haste to Camp Stripers at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
I can't do that. As much as I wish we could do that, we just can't.
Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you.
Now I'll click the button here in just a moment. I'm just grabbing a drink and started setting up the oven. Got some leftover pizza I want to throw in there.
I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
Who are you? Alfino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Yes, you do.
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship.
One you made.
It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? Uh, my airship?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Yes. What a curious twist of fate that Master Sid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, you wish to find his airship, yes? I know not how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity, much like the Great Gabu Wall of Ulda. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Coerthus. If true, the airship would have passed through the North Shroud, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Coerthus. May have the Serpent Station there have records of the event that transpired that day. I had hoped you might rest from your journeys for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you and the Scions. Pray look after yourself and Sid. Okay. wait, I went way past where I'm supposed to have gone. That was dumb of me. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise, you speak of Master Garland's ship, yes? I need to refer to the records. I know that the airship was sighted overhead 5 years ago, clearly bound for Coerthas. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with the Fortifort at Florentel's Spire. He was on duty that day and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though, even should you locate the ship. Would you not need a man of Master Garland's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. You've come in search of Fortifort? Then well met, for you have found me! Indeed, I have served as whaler for many years, since before the great snows came to Coerthas. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. It was on the eve of the Battle of Carteneau, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I'd ever seen split the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere on Coerthas. The astrologians at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them, you would need to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The High Houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind their gates, and even now they have little regard for the plights of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deign to assist you should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I have little doubt that they would accept aid freely offered. I really needed to delete that alert. Wait, I'm already here. Why am I going further than I need to go? You talk to this guy. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your service to House Dorndar? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? Ha, how absurd, as if we would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Hellish Sea of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. As soon as the utmost to intimidate you into leaving. Alone have mercy. Are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the hell is that night I sent out on patrol? He should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You know him by his uniform, that of House Dorndar, as is mine. The perfect mount for this area. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving bastards. Death was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct their astrologians to entertain your request. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatory and introduce yourself to Edmel. Ah, the lady come in search of the airship. That is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovo be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Travanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Forlamort up above. Oh yeah, and this is annoying because this is just long ass stairway. And see, it's not even done. Gotta keep going. And see, it goes even further. Not a whole lot further, but a little bit further. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could have changed the course of a war which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between South-run nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Halone's will. I will not put our great nation at risk, certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion, Forlamont. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent ode. I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Lame, you honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durander's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I'm told you seek an airship last seen in Querethus 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I'd also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Querethus, so one moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark while traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Jordair in that fashion. Thank you, madam. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Attempting to attract my attention. You there, madam. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the chief astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in that vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. Whee! That is an unfortunate heart-stopping drop. It's like, as much as I enjoy them to some extent, excuse me, as much as I enjoy them to some extent, I also rather don't. What a relief to see someone other than a goddamn birdman. I thought I could finish my work while the XL were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave again before I froze too. Wait, who are you? You are not one of our knights. A man of House Surrender cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. Do what? You weren't hidden for shit. And I came to help you, you asshole. Oh, sometimes these people are just infuriating with the way they think and do things. Sorry, I'm putting my pizza in the oven here. We're getting ready to. I'll leave 3 pieces for tomorrow. There we go. Hey! The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves as right for underestimating the dangers that our knights face every day. But you're eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause. House Surrender is quick to regard outsiders' suspicion as their duty to sound the alarm at the first sign of Dravanian aggression, yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you access to the observatory and records. That is just as well, for there are otherwise you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelaine for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Surrender carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. I want off the stupid mount. There we go. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and you save a knight, and now I hear you are rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. An introduction to the other high houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you have performed 2 acts, you would have me to endorse you to 3 high houses. It's only fitting that you aid us one final time. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. That's logical. is that you perform a third task on behalf of his house. Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares as well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Unless you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Halonarte, further improving the chances that they indulge your request for aid. Grab those. Grab those. Fight whatever's about to come out for these. Belongs to me, not you. Go away. The tank's low damage, so get rid of the damage dealers first, and I'll deal with you. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Have you good tidings to share, or better yet, stolen merchandise to show? How about both? God bless you, friend. It's all here. Every last... Oh, but wait, that chest over there, but looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody Hills, that's the personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury, take me a draconian rosary in the possession of Lord Francel? Yet perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Halonate is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitor immediately. Under those circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Halonate. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Ishgard to root out and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. God damn it. But I need those introductions. I have something very important to tell you. Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Halonate for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of Edelweiss, and he will know you for our friend. Now go. Go quickly. Ride like the wind. Where the hell am I going? Oh, I'm not going very far. Here I was thinking I was going a lot further than what I actually am. Yes, you look as though you have something to say, do you? Is that not a vice in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I see, Sir Carolot has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Coerthas since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. Ah, the unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. Here come to pay your respects. Be at ease, friend. I am not the one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself, but enough chatter. Pray tell me why you have come. If there's any justice in this world, these churches will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes, this letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you require assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Coerthas before the calamity 5 years ago? I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitness to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Cartano, we were embroiled in our own internal conflict at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of the camp. I will see that you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortemps. I'll be right back. go. As a proposal for you, you might participate in this investigation. As you have doubtless realized by now, the High House of Ishgard, House Fortims included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you were to make your inquiries of your own. Lady Nine of my own House Fortins, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There's also Cravelin of House Hallinart, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you provide from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the Chief Astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortims. Do not concern yourself with House Desmel. I shall contact them myself, seek the counsel of the three mentioned, and return to me when finished. Well, hello. What's that? An airship, you say? I just disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortims does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Hallinarte have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. Trapdoor, you say? Alone grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? Friend of Lord Hodgefront? I want to help you, I truly do, but these accusations of heresy have thrown House Hallinarte in chaos. Right now we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. Hey, Ellie. Sorry, I'm wolfing down a little bit of pizza here, but how you doing? How you feeling at the moment? I gather you have been busy since last we spoke. Lord Hodgfront's missive was positively glowing. But if you think this endorsement is cause for me to disregard our policies, then you are sorely mistaken. Coughing up your entire life. Really hope you start getting better here soon. We are at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Gulam arrived in Coerthas, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Asgardian society. If the Lord wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is by his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. I mean, have you seen anyone about this yet? I mean, I think you said yesterday that you hadn't, but by your countenance I take it you did not learn of anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Coerthas is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard proper provide more pertinent information. I saw one at the beginning of it. It's not COVID. I haven't gone back. Well, I'm hoping they gave you something, but I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I have received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long overrun by the Dravanian horde, so I'm not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance. Although generally, I don't know why I ask. Every time I actually sick so long and bad that I go to a hospital, they usually don't do anything for me. They'll usually just go, oh, it's probably something viral, and have a nice day. But it's like, I am having issues eating, drinking, breathing. My job requires me to be able to talk. I need something to help with this. No, you'll be fine. Who goes there? Stay back. The fiend is still here. It's probably just a bug. Have a nice day. Please give us $3,000. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I get that they can't really do much to actually cure you. But I mean, to a certain extent, they need to do something that at least help relieve the symptoms. I mean, we live in a society where it's like, you can't miss a day of work at all, or else you're just utterly fucked. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? I see, a reckless man, but at least it did not cost them his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. I witnessed the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication, a small complication. It's common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francois at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning this witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear given the zeal with which Inquisitor Golem has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain this testimony, we must first clear Lord Francois' name, and by association yours. Right, now I have Telenor Mucinex Extraction keeping me stable. I probably way overdo it when it comes to if I get sick, and I've been sick for a while, and I finally go and see a doctor, and they're like, fuck off. I don't do anything with Tylenol, but Mucinex, and there's a couple other things I've got that I load up on. And it puts me in a pretty good daze, unfortunately. But usually once I actually dive into it, it's like I actually can function to an extent. Well, I really don't. I'd have to study up to see how it actually affected the fever itself, but I know generally it affects headaches by changing basically the way your blood flows. You helped one of Akita's friends clear Diamond X, told him I was a horrible tank, but I'd do my best. Probably sometime in the next expansion, I'll finally get around to grinding for all the mounts from Heavensward on my main account. What, going back through and redoing the old ones? They're doing that sat squish, so side effect is it's going to make the older stuff harder. Well, then I guess they'll get put off till even further down the line. What is it, my child? Lord would have the Inquisitors do what? But that is not possible. Inspector Glenn presides over Lord Franco's trial at Witch Shop even as we speak. If Lord Franco is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Halone's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. That's a poor way of thinking of it. They've taken Lord Francel to Witch Shop? This is madness. It does not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witch Shop to forestall the proceedings until such time as I am able to join and petition Inquisitor Golem in person. I will endeavor not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Francel alive. Most of it you could carry me through, probably. I mean, probably. So when you were able to duo A12S, so could probably just as easily do any extreme. You stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers, these charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Travadians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service to the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Halone to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of God and men. Leap from the cliff and trust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Halone's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their Drachan forms and be put to the sword. In the name of House Fortums, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we are come on behalf of Lord Hodgefront. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests that the charges against Lord Francel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as a full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. His allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts I might have allowed, but that he might dare interfere in legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. Did I see your new danger noodle mount you got? No, I have not. To defy the will of an Inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them until Lord Harchfront arrives, Lucian. Remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Wait, healer. Healer has to go first. Then we'll get rid of the archer. It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. But this trial, like many others I fear, has been orchestrated by enemies of the House Helenarte. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginings of Desperan, what proof have you of this? By the Fury, a draconian rosary, then the knight who refused to yield, it was he who summoned the wyvern. A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights? This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit. I shall withdraw my charge against Lord Francel pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Coerthus. Pray locate your errant airship and use it. In other words, get the hell out of my country. Oh, that thing is awesome. I'd love to have that danger noodle. I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you'd have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Howlinarte. Praise alone, it did not come to that, but it profits us little to dwell now on what might have been. Let us quit this place. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. The Omega 1 raid boss. Yeah, I fought him. I've done the first set, or the first two sets of Omega raids on normal. Haven't done the third. Like I said, I've really slacked when it comes to Final Fantasy 14. Like, I've done none of the content from like the last two patches. You look well, Illusion. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. Why not unslack? Well, that's kind of... So my eventual goal is to basically unslack by getting through and showing off all the story on stream. And that way then, as new story comes in, I can do it and not worry about trying to watch the cutscenes on my main account. Were it not for you, Lord Francois would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and I might well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern. House Fortemps and House Howland Arte shall never forget your service. Now let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. I'd like to introduce you to his witness. The man with knowledge of the enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. But a lot of it just came down to the reason why I kind of got a little disenfranchised and stopped playing for a while. Is just I really didn't have anyone to talk to while playing or do any of the content with. And then I got busy with streaming, and it just kind of got away from me because it's just like only so much time in a day. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Frincel is innocent, but just a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Querithus several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the Stone Vigil in the far northwest. The garrison will certainly seize the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. From all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. The Stone Vigil, perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillmont of Whiteburn Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice. So I suggest that you request Lord Francel to do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys. May Halone guide you. And then it also hasn't helped that it's like my favorite quest lines, they never did a chapter of them. I love that stupid detective and his brain dead assistant. They always made me laugh, and it was just like not having any new chapters in that this entire last expansion really kind of saddened me. I'm really hoping that they bring them back here in Endwalker. Wonderful to see you again. If there is anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it was once an outpost held by us, and the chaos that followed the calamity of the Dravanian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil, instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt that my words will carry much weight with Lord Dromont. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The Cravens who attempted to destroy House Hellnut have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us and towards you now as well. Though I figure if they never did anything with them here in this last expansion, my hopes of them doing a chapter for them in Endwalker are lower and lower. I forgot to turn my camera back on since I'm no longer eating. There we go. You desire an audience with the Lord, do you? I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing don't make it so. Yeah, but I got these 2 letters of introduction. What do we have here? Letters from 2 different lords? Is it a likely? Oh, you're serious. What to do? Let me through and let me do what I came here to do? Seems ill-inclined to help you. Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Our focus solely on the Stone Vigil at present. In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Albois. Sir Albois will can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. Bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in better position to help. I assure you that he is mistaken. Hasn't time spent speaking with low-ranking knights such as you. However, he always has a moment to spare for head Trojan Nestidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs or show your letters to him? Quit sending me all over the place. Just point me in the direction of whoever this guy is I need to speak to, and let me just go talk to him. Are you here to visit a patient? What's this letter's introduction? With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Proceed to the barracks and speak with. He should know current whereabouts. And why are you here? How'd you get here before I did? What reason have you for barging in? Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. It's just up these stairs. Letters to know, though, I would not expect much. Lord Dorndare House Dorndare as a whole does not hold renters in high regard. You'd best state your intentions quickly, succinctly, show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Sir, printed your passage, very well speak. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with skillkin to secure an airship that may or may not be there? Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? We are the Sirens of the 7th Dawn. You know our name and know our deeds. We are come to Quarth to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise and the airship of Master Sid Non Garland, who stands before you now. You're alive? But that's impossible. Apparently not. But those are our true intentions. I dislike this guy. I don't remember this part of the story very well. You the last responsible for the common commotion upstairs? Aye, word travels fast and white brim front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drillmont's mind? If there's one thing that I've learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects opinions of those under his command. When over the barracks, be sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we can prepare the mistakes using mud puppy tail meat. Wouldn't be a quality meal, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you have mind to lend a hand, why not wait a lurking mud puppy in Deniffin's Pass and take this bottle of vinegar locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. You remember being bored through most of Heavensward? I don't blame you there. I didn't much care for the story of Heavensward. Mainly just because I don't much care for Dravania. Now, I really like Stormblood. I love the aesthetics of Stormblood. I mean, I will say that at least some of the events had a little more twist to them in Heavensward than what Stormblood did. But I mean, the aesthetics, the characters overall were, to my mind, better. And I feel like the story really redeemed itself in the later patches of that expansion. Well, I mean, that's what I felt about Heavensward, was that there was a whole lot of nothing going on. I thought differently of Stormblood, but then I usually have different opinions about Final Fantasy games than most people do. Like, for whatever reason, a lot of people like Final Fantasy IX. I don't care for it. A lot of people liked Heavensward. And didn't care for Stormblood. I cared for Stormblood and I didn't much care for Heavensward. And the current expansion, I'm somewhere in the middle. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh dear, remind me to never wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Anyway, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this and voila. Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights, here and up above. But I mean, I at least played 9. I gave it a fair shot. Fair's wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? But I've forgotten about the hard-working chirurgeons in the infirmary. So really, do they take their meals here in the hall? Mind taking this steak to Sonoda? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Beg your pardon, but I'm busy attending this man. I'll be with you in a moment. Is that, come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it's about time. Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Oh, that's at least a different bot than normal. Sid would like to furnish the infirmary with a new alembic. I have a word with you. It concerns the Trojans. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs. You see, so I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories. Since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings, all required to complete this device are the cores of 3 ice sprays. Though commonly used to reduce the temperature of chemical mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. That's 2 out of 3. Guess he beat me to it, my bad. You're fine, Ellie. I mean, I can't expect you to do all the work for... I mean, it's my channel. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device. Was it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before. I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it's as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder, where the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for this generosity comes at a cost. Their efforts are but means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. This guy's an asshole. Why does this man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Before we can persuade Lord Drillmont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guilherme that we are not his enemy, but just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Querthus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whiteburn Front. Share your findings with the Alpha No in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. I mean, you got your own stuff you have to do, and I mean, my mods are there for when I can't do something, or when I to make up for it's like I don't see something going wrong. They take care of it. They're supposed to be backup, not the primary source. Yes, of course I know of him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebrim Front. Several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the Night's Watch while the stronghold slept. We walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slept and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed where I have lain, recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Glenn rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe my life, madam, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Sure. Inquisitor Galam, I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Witchtrap. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you! Ah, fuck off. Under Inquisitor Galam's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he stays without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. No, you're not. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitor is the arbiter of Halone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind, our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained. Mayhap they will provide insight into the Inquisitor's motivations. But Ellie, whatever happened to you and Sylv and them new characters that you made on Adamantoise? Something troubles me, but that Wounded Knight's account, he claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes, but the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we have arrived in Whitburn Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illumined by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming it's not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing steps will shed light on this mystery. EW getting too close, have too much to get done first, so those got postponed. Ah, okay. No, I get that entirely. Unfortunately, I'd love to try and rush through like the entire story up to that point as well, but unfortunately, I just don't have the time for it. Just too many other things are in the works. Like I got Spooktober coming up. I've got a full playthrough of Legend of Dragoon to try and do between now and the end of the month. Once EW drops, you have to get 2 characters raid ready ASAP. See, thankfully I don't have to worry about that. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the conscience of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Golem. Newly come to Quartz's murder on the day of his arrival, yet it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity. For even if you were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is an incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Since Lord Drillmore has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of 2 high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, don't know if worried about it is the right word for it on your end. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. You just want to flex hard next expansion? Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor is an imposter? Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with the Sword Prunilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night. She helped the Inquisitor carry me here, but I will never speak against the man who saved my life. You, I do not believe I know you, but pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it, not at all. You know, don't you? Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. Gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Ravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his comms to Sergio and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. Alas, I agreed to his terms when the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried my friend to the infirmary and onto his first on his first night in White Room Front. Inquisitor Ghislaine was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized whilst in possession of a draconian rosaries, as I feared he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drummond and wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Room Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them with shipments bound for Skyfarer locks, as I hoped they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Halinarte, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone forgive me for not acting sooner. So I take it by wanting to flex hard that you're going to be trying to go for like the world firsts on the new raid, whatever new raid comes out. Doubt on world first, but I'm going to parse like a motherfucker. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had better be a very good explanation why you are carrying around these rosaries. Where did you find this papal and cyclical? If you are taking the Inquisitor as a heretic, never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends. And for that, I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Certainly. Requires your assistance to bring the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Ghislaine to justice. That thrice damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength. Together let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. I don't remember what dungeon that is. Oh, yes, I do. I remember. It's a much later dungeon. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Drummond arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Yes, I am. Let's go. Let's get this done. being tremble so, my child, the righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Alone's halls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Alone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Dromont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Gulaim and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ah, grave allegations indeed, but you will find your logics flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? My conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You, whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of Ashgardian innocence. Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Dromont, then come, let us see how Ashgardian steel fares against Ravanian fang and claw. Heretic and her allies are no match for the might of Ishgard. My glamour is dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. You may not recall that many Ishgarians I have since, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, White Brim Front shall fall. Uh-huh, sure it will. Divine to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Illusion, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you are reunited with your airship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at Brightburn Front and bring your associates. Where have you been, Illusion? The false visitor has been slain? Has he, Wes? Well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Odruma a visit, remind him of his obligation to us. Said, and I will follow anon. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guilherme would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course, it's rarely something to do given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin. In part, yes, I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrison of the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Coerthas, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we push them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out. I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drummond, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail in any event. We have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may not be for the best. I will inform certain not the lane of your impending visit, may alone guide you. Hail, Lord Drummond, surprise me with the situation. You may enter the stone vigil whensoever you will. Well, let's get to it. Now I just have to wait on the queue to pop. Trying to take it a little easy on my voice here because, well, it's kind of wearing down at the moment. I've gone, I've gone so late so many nights here these last couple weeks that's really worn down on my voice. And it's just one of those things that was just like, there's all these things I want to get done, and some things it's like I have a very strict timeline I'm pretty much on trying to get them done. Um, and it's just like, okay, I want to meet all these things, which means I need to start. If I want to get this done, I have to do this, and if I want to get this done inside this time frame, I need to do this, and so on and so forth. And well, it, it's kind of starting to take its toll a little bit. Well, we got the other DPS. Now we're just waiting on tank and healer. But it's like, I'm wanting to do, uh, the Final Fantasy 15 crossover event. And it's like, okay, that means I got a crap ton of stuff I got to do by October 18th in order to take part in it. I mean, granted, this is doing another big chunk towards that, but I'll probably have to run late again next Friday, doing another 3 hours of this after we do a little bit of whatever wins the vote for Final Fantasy game, and then again next Sunday for 3 hours after uh, whatever gets voted for RTS Sunday. Which both polls are up on our Twitter page. That's not a place to stand and fight. Unless they've changed things, it's really not where you want to be. And that's why. Oh, we got Floor Tank in the group. I remember this being such a pain in the ass fight back in the day. Welcome back. Oh, you're only on Stone Vigil? Yeah? Just unlocked that here just a few minutes ago. You thought I was in Heavensward for some reason? No, no, I am not that far in the story. Trust me, I'd be a lot happier if I were that far in the story right now, because I want to do the crossover event, but I can't do the crossover event until I've hit level 50 and done the main story quest, the ultimate weapon. So I've got to the 18th to stream do enough content on stream to get that far. But, I mean, a lot of stuff in Heaven's Sword did have you coming back to this area. But, I mean, it also doesn't help the fact that, I mean, I'm level 55, and this is all the further I am in the story at the moment. Mainly because I pop in and do, like, the leveling roulette once a day, and then pop out. This is the best 2.0 dungeon. Mechanically, I will agree with you. But as for looks, not so much. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. Here, go deal with that for me. I'm going to go over here. Well, best as in most fun. I wouldn't say it's the most fun either. I like I said, mechanically, I'd say it's the most sound, the most interesting. Dragon's not our concern. We have come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. You stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? You're an asshole. That settles it then, shall we, Sid? As you command. You're not going to address the fact that this is just dumb? So you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests. A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers, the XL are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your best deeds, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. I'm gonna wake the dragon. Now, deal with it. The dragon! Confound it all. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Where to run to? Not there. Move back to center. Oh, I only run one at a time. Okay. It's interesting. We played several hours of Frostpunk, and we're basically in a snowy wasteland, and then we spent 3 hours, or well, nearly 3 hours playing Final Fantasy XIV, also in a frozen wasteland. Get out of that area. I feel though that we're leaving a enemy completely untanked at the moment. We've got a tank that's not doing their job. Anyone want to guess which player is not doing what they're supposed to be doing at the moment? Oh, those are actually an improvement. And we now have another one of the crystals. Only one more to go. Are you alright? Speak to me. And what if I don't want to, you asshole? You left me to fight a dragon all on my own. 12 be praised. I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly when you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon. I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already, which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. What say you? Will she fly? Yes, there will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more pleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state. But if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I'd like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. This is all so familiar. I know the airship. If I could just... Bah, it's no use. Let's go. How I've I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelves Wood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Appears to be deep in thought. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seedseers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it, there must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements, but of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see, you propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. I mean, use the polar opposite? I mean, how is that so difficult? Though behap not to you, illusion, we speak of the manifestations of over-aspect aether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace. This has been cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind aspected aether comprising Garuda's barrier into aether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might, a scholar by the name of Lambertine. He resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Mark's met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for one of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies. Corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marx was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. I need you to return to Thalion and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Oh, it is that time, isn't it? Well, let's go turn in this quest. The new WarioWare is out. Oh, I did see something about that. Not sure what to think of that, but... Why, yes, I am a professor. Beg pardon, you wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly, well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow woman of science. Okay. Well, that's where we're going to end tonight. I'm tired. I'm off to bed. I thank you all for joining. Tomorrow we'll be going back to, well, we'll be heading back into our adventure into the Legend of Dragoon. Till then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you for joining me and keeping me company. It's been wonderful, guys.